Hello, beloveds, and welcome to this message. This is going to be a channeled message for the goddess from the goddess. For the goddess from the goddess. This is actually a channeled message today with goddess Isis and goddess Hathor. Hathor's energy is coming through for me personally very strongly at this time of my life over the last couple days. So she's stepping through as a mentor, Mother Mary also, and Isis, but this particular message is Isis and Hathor, and they're bringing through the message, which probably reflects in the title of as you step into 2026, even though we're still in the season of winter, like this is not the Priestess New Year, this is not the Witch's New Year, you know. Like our new year really does start like springtime, right? Ostara, spring, the spring equinox, okay, Aries season, basically that's why Aries is like the first zodiac, like, you know, starting off the year. But this is the Gregorian calendar, and there is definitely an energy running through the collective of I'm ready for new, I'm rebirthing, I'm ready for new. So like honoring this Gregorian calendar new year, you know, we still are human and we still do live in a matrix, false matrix world where, right? So we can see the difference, but the point is that people can say what they want, but there is definitely an energy, an amp up of energy right now of I'm ready for more in my life. I'm ready to do what I came here to do. I'm ready to be what I came here to be. It's like that. And so it may not be right in this hot moment, but definitely Isis and Hathor are coming through, especially for the divine feminine healers out there. Also for the men though. Like this is for the divine masculines who are, you know, they've opened up to their inner feminine once again. They've opened up to their spiritual gifts, their intuition. They're listening to the soul. They're in tune with their emotions, their heart. They're no longer in that distortion of ego of like, oh, you know, being in tune with my heart and my intuition means, you know, I'm weak. It's this, it's that. Like that's all false programming and fear programs. So the men that I'm talking to right now, like you guys know the difference. This is for the women, the high priestesses, the divine feminine women, but also for the masculine healers here too. If you know you're a healer, then this message is for you. But the download was very specific that when Isis and Hathor came in earlier today, they were like, this is a message for the goddess from the goddess or from the goddesses, right? But they don't see themselves as, you know, so that's why they're like the goddess, because to them they are the we. They don't recognize themselves as that, like, you know, individualistic energy so much. So anyways, at least that's my experience with them, to each their own, okay? But that's them. Okay, so their message is about high alchemy magic, high alchemical magic. In fact, let me go ahead and let me start shuffling here. I'm gonna get a couple cards. We're gonna do that. This reading is gonna be, it's gonna be heavier with the cards, even though I'll be channeling the whole time. But I know that both Isis and Hathor want to speak through the cards as well. So, or that they will be speaking through the cards. So the message is you are not only an embodiment, but you are a wisdom keeper, a code keeper of high alchemical magic. Now this high level magic, Ma'at, also like, okay, divine intervention, weighing up your options, choose the highest good. So she's showing up with that message, like letting you know divine intervention is actually taking place in your, I just saw 444, right as it turned to 445 on the timer. So I was meant to see the 444. Thank you to the legions of angels that are surrounding and protecting this message. Thank you to the legions of angels that are surrounding and protecting the viewers, each individual viewer who is tuning in from a place of love, light, and from the highest good. Thank you for protecting them as well, shielding them. And thank you for the divine intervention. Thank you for the divine miracles that you are bringing into my life, into their lives at this time, because that is definitely the vibe right here for who this is for. Isis and Hathor are like, they're bringing forth the message. So, you know, there's been like a couple instances like over the last few weeks in my videos, like where people, they've made comments like where you could see like my energy, you could see my divinity, you could see my glow, my white light from within, as within, so without. So people would like leaving comments, they're like, you're like literally glowing, Erica. Like we can see like white glow like around your hands, like, and then the other day in one of my readings, I was like saying something very specific, and then literally like, you know, we get orbs and stuff, like that's like normal, but like these orbs were different. It was like a big ball orb, golden orb that like came literally like from my hand and then shot into the screen like towards you guys. It's wild how active and how real our gifts are at this time, how real our magic is at this time. And that's literally like what Isis and Hathor, they're like, you're this embodiment of high alchemy magic, but you also hold wisdom and knowledge codes. Like you're like this, like this ancient, you know, you are the Akashic records. Like that's the Akashic records. Like, you know, when I go into the Akashic records and I do past life sessions with people, you know, several different lifetimes come through within the hour, and they're the lifetimes that show up for me when I channel. I get I'm very like, I get very vivid visions, details, time periods, years, names, like experiences, emotion, everything. Like I bring you back there. Like we go back there together. It's very healing and like all these things. But my point is that it's crazy how when people are connected to their Kosh through a conduit, like a channel like myself, how activating it is for them. It opens them up a lot. And so that's what I'm getting here is like, you know, we all have our Akashic records. That's like a part of maybe your gifts that are opening up more, is actually, that's what I'm being shown. Thank you. Isis is actually coming through, and she's the one showing this to me in this moment. But she's letting me know that for some of you guys tuning in, your past life memories, your Akashic records are coming online. Like you're in a frequency now where you can tune in and connect with past selves and past timelines, which is actually happening all at once, because we know time is not like linear, it's everything all at once. So as these lifetimes like come through for you, really try to connect to it in that moment, and to be open-hearted to receive why that memory, or why that vision, or that feeling, or that scent, whatever it is, it's triggering something to unlock and open something more. It's trying to reveal something to you. So, okay, so I know that was a lot, but also being like past life, you know, Akashic guides and healers and stuff, like, you know, just opening very naturally. But the high alchemy magic, you guys, it's like beyond, okay? Like when I'm talking, like when they, excuse me, like when they are talking about the high alchemy magic, like Hathor is bringing forth a lot of this message, but Hathor's message is more about your, well, they're both like equal parts, but Hathor is a lot, she's bringing through a lot of voice activations, sacral chakra activations, womb chakra, like your womb, your solar sacral root, okay? She's bringing through a lot of energy like that, okay? So here's the deal with that, is you know, this is how it works with these goddesses, with our spirit teams and spirit guides, right? We have to literally give them permission, okay? So Hathor, Isis, right? I call you in to connect with me, to work with me. Thank you, beloved sisters, beloved queens, beloved goddesses. My soul family, my equals. Thank you for coming forth and helping me as I step more into my embodiment of my higher self here on earth. Like, thank you for this very beautiful guidance, for this very beautiful protection, for, you know, holding me in this space as I step into my power even more so. Because here's the deal. I keep being shown a chariot, but I'm seeing like Roman, like, you know, I'm actually being shown like the Roman Empire, like Roman Colosseum. I'm actually seeing like the chariots running around through the Roman Colosseums, but the chariot was not just a thing that was only in Rome, okay? But I'm seeing that it's a victory. It's like you taking your victory lap. Like this, as you move into 2026 is your victory lap. Thank you, goddesses. Isis and Hathor are both. And as I'm like channeling you guys, by the way, like Hathor's energy and Isis's energy, like Hathor's energy is very, like, in this moment she's coming through, it's very like, I mean, for me, this is her energy anyways, but like she's coming through, and she's coming through with actual sound. So with her energy back here, I can actually, it's very like if you would hear like ancient Egyptian music, like that's the sound that's playing around her. Like very like, you know, like something that you would definitely be dancing to, like ancient Egypt. Like, okay, so you guys know kind of what I'm talking about, like that Egyptian musical tones and sounds and frequencies. But she's definitely bringing through like the message for sure. Both of them are both very like sensual, divine feminine energy for sure. But Hathor is like on another level. Like Hathor is all about like, you know, she's a powerful energy in healing and healing within, especially like the womb, the throat, especially like the throat chakra for divine feminines and for women, but also for the men here too. Like feeling like, you know, she helps you to feel safe in speaking your truth from your heart, from your feminine energy, and not to like hold back or be fearful of it. Okay, so she really helps you embody that. But she's all about sound frequency, music, playfulness, dance, song, singing, laughter. She's very sensual. Like she's all about a good time. Okay, Hathor likes a good time. Okay, like you definitely want to, like, if you're throwing a party, you want to invite Hathor to the party, because Hathor walks in and she will change the whole mood in the room, and everyone will be on the dance floor and vibing, and like, okay, that's her energy for sure. So with that being said, it's like, okay, what she's specifically saying is call me in. So she's bringing forth the guidance of playfulness, dance, song, sound, using musical instruments, even like working with like toning your vocal cords, working with mantras, you know, or toning, you know, like through meditation, like maybe it's like so hum, you know, like maybe you're doing that. Okay, so there's something about the throat chakra, the vocal cords. So she's helping actually activate a lot of that, because a lot of your divine vocals are coming online. So it's higher frequency voice activations. So your voice is actually changing. Your voice is actually becoming more high dimension, like higher vibrational, higher dimensional. So, you know, for a lot of, especially for women out there, I see a lot of the sacred songstresses, temple keepers, you know, singing in the temples, using temple acoustics to, and this is like also high alchemy healing and magic, etc. So like the singers, those songstresses, like if you think of like the Little Mermaid, like her voice, like it was so powerful. Like it could literally, like it would be like you would open portals. You could open a portal to another realm, to another dimension through your voice, through your frequency, through harmonizing certain vocals in your vocal cords. I'm hearing your vocal capacities have increased. So again, like you might be like watching this and being like, Erica, I couldn't carry a note to save my life. Like I couldn't carry a tune to save my life. You guys, trust me, I'm the same way. But I also, because I'm also, you know, my voice is very powerful as far as my healing gifts. Like people often just even say like they like falling asleep listening to my readings here on YouTube and stuff because they're like, your voice is just so like calming and soothing, you know? So I think my voice is okay, but I think we all kind of feel that way about our voice at, you know, at some point. But everyone else loves my voice, right? So to me, that's all that matters. Okay, cool. It's working for you guys. Then great, right? But just recently, my vocals, as far as singing, I can tell that I'm getting a lot of activations within my throat chakra, and my vocals are actually reflecting that now. So I can tell the difference for sure. So drop a comment. Let me know if that resonates, because I know for a lot of you guys it will. If it doesn't quite yet, then it will as we move. Like maybe you're getting these activations in like 3 weeks from now or something like that, okay? But definitely Hathor bringing forth the message of song, singing, the priestesses of sacred sound, okay? These are the priestesses who heal through song, heal through singing, heal through channeling voice. Like they sing songs of light language, channeling, you know, that kind of stuff, okay? Hilarion, divine emergence, be seen, let the world know your gifts. Exactly. So Master Hilarion's bringing through this really powerful message, confirming Isis and Hathor of, as you're walking into 2026, like this is the time, like 2024, 2025, like probably since around 2020 to now, like we'll just say the last like 5 years, okay, we'll just say. It's been a time of preparation for 2026. 2026 is the game changer. 2026 is where we really see the new earth, where we really see the old earth breaking away, being dismantled, dissolving. So right now in this moment, this is the moment to allow, okay? See how he's surrounded by green? Green, the green emerald, like light frequency and frequencies, it's a very healing energy, like Archangel Raphael. It also, green is like the heart chakra. Okay, so I'm talking to people who, like this may be like your baseline, like auric energy, like your auric, you may radiate like that. Oh, I just got chills. So yeah, definitely for a lot of you guys, very powerful healers, but also just your energy is highly healing. But you are vibrating like very high in the healing frequencies right now, like meaning you've been healing self and now it's like you're ready to go out and help to heal other people. Don't force it. Don't force it upon yourself. Like, oh, I need to know what I need to know what I need to be doing. I need to, you know, our gifts, our mission, it's very natural. Like your gifts will open when they're meant to open, when you're ready for them to open. You can't like just force it all to open, okay? Can you align and clear and to help things open more and connect deeper? Yeah, sure. But like, you know, like mediumship, like if you're not in a frequency or you're not in a capacity to be able to hold the gift of mediumship, because you don't just see good things, you see a lot of horrible things too at times. So like you got to be able to hold your gifts, right? So he's like coming through, Isis and Hathor coming through, and they're like, it's time to be seen. It's time to let the world know your gifts. It's time to take it from the 5D, from the mind, from the crown chakra, from the third eye, from the visions, from the visualizations, from the vision board, from the, you know, from the journal entries, from the affirmations. It's time to take it from all that and put it into 3D reality now. Okay. Green Tara. I love Green Tara. Love, 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 love her. Okay. She brings the healing light, and look at more of the emerald frequency, like even like see with her, but she literally is talking about healing light. And I just talked all about the healing light over here. Your aura, your energy field is literally healing light. So you're one, like a lot of you guys, not everybody, but like a lot of you guys, that's a part of your gifts. You're like a generator, like a source generator of energy. Where you're just your auric energy, like your field, your energy, who you are, it radiates a lot of emerald green frequencies. Okay, probably a lot of gold frequency and stuff like that, but it literally like heals people. Okay, so like all light workers on some level, we activate, we help bring healing through our energy and stuff like that. That's why we have to protect our energy, because of that reason. You know what I mean? Like, but like, you know, for a lot of you guys, you literally bring the healing light to people. But it says there's wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. It's a journey. Sure is, isn't it? Okay, like, you know, we're going to be learning and think, you know, but honestly, like, for a lot of us, you know, this next half or this next level of our life, whatever your age is, this is when life really begins. Okay, your life isn't always, our lives aren't always going to be like how they've been. Those were old programs. Those were generational karma patterns. Those were things that we had, like romantic partnerships, just everything. Okay, like if you're here watching this, oh, I'm getting ear angels right now, very strongly through my left, on my left side. I've been getting these down. I've been getting them all day long. The Schumann, the sun must be doing something like pretty crazy. I don't remember what I was saying, but Paul the Venetian, the gifted one, you are the gifted one, revealing your hidden talents. Exactly. So the messages from Isis and Hathor were reminders of, it's actually not a reminder, it was more of an FYI of your high level alchemy magic. So let's get back into that, because the high level alchemy magic that I'm talking about, a lot of it is SEX magic, not dark SEX magic. This is healing in the light for the highest good of all SEX magic. Okay, so this one says revealing your hidden talents, opportunities to shine. So in the coming weeks, over the next like month, whatever, there's going to be some opportunities for you to, that's what it is. It's alignment of opportunities for you to shine. So you've been praying for this stuff. This is the stuff. And look who showed up on the bottom of the deck after Paul the Venetian. Isis. There she is. Thank you, Goddess Isis. Reclaiming magic. Call back your power and what is rightfully yours. That's what you've been doing. I'm telling you, this next half of life, it's going to be so amazing, so incredible. Are we going to move through some turbulent times on earth? And are we? Yes, of course. It's just inevitable. It's a part of the crumbling of the false matrix and all those things. But this next part of your life, if you're here, it's going to be absolutely magical. See this, her crown, how it's so lit up. Like, this is like, to me, this is like, it's like your soul, it's like soul star chakra, like how strong your connection is. Okay, how, like, it's like Isis and Hathor want to remind you that you are this primordial. For many of you guys, you have a primordial soul essence. You're very ancient. You're literally like cosmic magic in a human form. So as you're moving into 2026, there's this think big, think way outside the box. Call back all your power from, first of all, call back all your power from the false matrix. I call all my power back from the false matrix. I no longer consent. I call back all my power from the past. I call back all my power from the people I've been with, people that I've loved, the people that I've been in relationships with. Like, I call all my energy and power back from them. I call back all my power from every timeline, every lifetime, every dimension, every interaction, through all space and time. And so it is done. Amen. Right? But this is about reclaiming your magic, like your inner magic. It's about your crown chakra lighting up with all these, it's like ding, 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 all these ideas, all these downloads, all these intuitions, all these feelings, but it's like circulating through the mind, through the, you know what I mean? So she's like, okay, you have it up here, so now it's time to take it out and like do something with it. Okay, your kind of like high level alchemy magic is literally like an example would be And this is the kind of power that we have. And this is the kind of power that, you know, I'll be talking more about, but this is the kind of power where it's time to stop talking about it and it's time to start being about it. I know a lot of you guys already are on those paths. Like, you walk that walk, you don't just talk a talk. But it's no longer cute to me just to get, you know, just to be out there like getting angel numbers and stuff. Granted, there's a lot of people who, like, we're all on different timelines. Everyone's in different stages and places of their awakening. Not everyone's going to be at these levels. So, of course, right? But, like, if you've been, you know, if you're here, then this is for you, right? So it's time to take your power and create and push it into purpose. Like, your power is your purpose, you know what I mean? So infusing your power, that kind of alchemy, into your purpose. But like the high level magical alchemy, like everyone looks at Yeshua, everyone looks at the Bible, okay? Like people think it's crazy to believe in psychics and mediums, yet all these Christians and, like, you know, people out there, they oh, Jesus turned water into wine and he made 1,000 fish for everyone and fed everyone and you know. But that's believable. But psychics and mediums are taboo and woo-woo and devil worshippers. Like, people are insane, right? Like, if you really think about it. But my point with that is that was high-level magical alchemy. That is what Yeshua brought through by being in alignment, through his intention and through alignment with his mind, his body, his heart, his energy. Like, okay, that's what I mean. Like, that, like, this is the stuff that we can do, no problem. It's just the people that witnessed it, they obviously were not in that space of high-level alchemy, right? So he showed them a form of high-level alchemy, and it was miraculous. This is what Isis and Hathor are talking about. Like, we should never, ever want for anything. We should never, like, suffer or starve and, you know, or experience poverty. Like, all that stuff is a part of the false matrix. Right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch decks. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get an oracle card from the Rose Oracle. Let's go ahead and see. So I'm going to tune in with Isis and Hathor, and we're going to see, like, what wants to come through for them now. Hathor is coming through very clearly, and she is saying, so this won't be for everyone, but what she's saying specifically, I'm going to say it exactly how I'm hearing it. The healing that you've been seeking, the healing that you've been praying for, this healing is not a healing outside of self. This healing is a remembrance within the heart chambers, the chambers of your heart. The healing that you are seeking, the remembrances, the memories, the gifts, the activations, these are within your soul blueprint. These are within your DNA, within your body, to activate, to heal, to balance the lower chakras. For there is great imbalance within the lower realm of the vessel. The guidance is to move the sacred hips, especially for women. Movement of the hips through sacred dance, reconnecting to your sacred sensuality, sexuality, femininity. This will open portals within you, within your womb, within your heart. A level of remembrance, power, ease, grace, harmony will flood through. Golden light surrounds you. Golden light surrounding you. Clearing away all blockages, obstructions, and outside noise. Your guidance, beloved goddess, is to enjoy yourself, to be present, to reconnect to your sacred vessel, your body, your femininity. This will ignite levels of power within you have yet to see. Yet these are the levels of power that you are asking about and seeking. Through sacred movement, dance, song, chanting, mantras, affirmations, poems, journaling, writing, but speaking out loud your truth, singing out loud your truth, allowing your light language to flood through, allowing to speak and channel and sing your light language codes, light language DNA activating now for many. This is opening within the soul star chakra, but you must be open-hearted to allow it to flood through. This is healing for the inner child. For many of you watching, both man and woman, there are questions you seek, there are prayers that you seek, and I, Hathor, tell you now, this guidance will help you and answer what you seek. How can I feel more grounded through dance, movement, release of energy through the lower portions of the physical vessel? For the body is like the earth. Your body reacts and moves through cycles and seasons. And in this season now, it is time to release the old, like you would cultivate and sow a field, letting all the crops die off, harvesting the crops out of the ground, tilling the land, turning the soil. The same for the vessel, through diet, exercise, fasting, hydration, water. It is time to till the land of your body, energetically and so forth. This will help you ground. This will help balance the energy within the root chakra, the sacral, the womb, and the solar. This will help to bring healing to the mother line, to the mother wounds, as well as father wounds. This will help balance yin and yang energy. This will help to activate more of the crystalline DNA. This will help with sleep as you move and your body moves and you release. The oxygen flows happily. And so it is done. All right, guys. So that was Hathor coming through. Her energy is super intense, and I was literally feeling like I was about to pass out from channeling her. So I was like, okay, I need to shut it down real fast. So very beautiful guidance, though. Everything that she just shared, everything that just, came through. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that because I can remember some parts, but a lot of it when I'm channeling, those of you guys who channel a lot like that, you know. So I always like to record myself. Like if I'm just like channeling, like for me, just on my own, I will often do like a voice recording so I can go back and re-listen, because I don't remember, I don't obtain a lot of it when it's coming through. So basically she's like, it's time to get really sexy. It's time to get sexy. It's time to get sensual. It's time to tap into that inner feminine. You know, Hathor is amazing for that. She's phenomenal for healing with, like I said, like, I mean, well, those lower chakras, but like she's also all about that throat chakra, and especially for the women out there. Men too. Men have had their, they suppress their truths and, you know, have a lot of throat chakra blocks and wounds in different ways and capacities. But like the women out there, you know, if you've had lifetimes, like, this is my experience in the Akashic field and in past lives. If you're a woman in this lifetime, you chose to be a woman in this lifetime, you've had predominantly lifetimes as a woman, okay, in past lives. And then if you're a man in this lifetime, you've more than likely predominantly had past lives as male, as man, okay? We specifically chose our everything, right? Our gender, our parents, our birthplace, like our name, everything. We chose everything, right? Very, very intentionally, very, very specifically. Excuse me. So why was I talking about that? There was a very specific reason why I was talking about that. Anyways, we'll go back. I want to get a couple cards from the Rose Oracle. Thank you, Hathor. Oh gosh. Okay, so hold on. Okay, no, take that. Okay, so I'm gonna take that, and then what's this? The return. Okay, here we go. You have the second bloom, and then you have the bloom. You have the second bloom and the bloom. Okay, so can you guess what phase of your life and journey and what kind of cycle you are now in, or that you're moving into? This is a very, very blooming, blossoming, very beautiful, very full of light, very attractive, very magnetic, very high vibe energy here. And then the return. Okay, so we'll break these down in just a second. So the energy that you're giving off, oh, I was talking about the throat chakra wound with women, because women have had so many lifetimes as a woman where their truth literally was like, women just weren't allowed to have, you know, our power was taken away for so many thousands of years, you know, after patriarchal rule and like all that stuff, right? So women carry a lot of blockages and wounds, specifically in their throat chakra, also the heart and the solar plexus. Like just total, like my power just gone, my confidence depleted, like feeling like I just, you know. And then the throat, same thing, where it's like my voice, my truth holds no value, it's not important, you know. And this comes through in family things and all that as well. So, you know, and that's why so many women, especially like women, like they have like they always have thyroid issues, right? Like the thyroid, the throat chakra, it's connected to the thyroid. You know, there's just, it's a lot, right? And so like, anyways, but that's like the kind of stuff that I can go in and I see when I work with my clients one-on-one, you know, and that's just like through my, you know, through my gifts and stuff. It's like intuitive energy work. And that's like what a lot of you guys have, like, you know, it's intuitive energy healing and things like that. But there's a lot of clearing happening in the throat, but you know, you may be called, or there might be a healer that comes into your life, or that's put in front of you, or you cross paths with, that's meant to help you in some capacity to help with these things. Okay. You know, so just follow your, you know, follow what you feel, you know what I mean? Because that's why we're all here. We're literally here to help each other. Like, it's not like, that's the ego. When people get in the ego and they're like, I can do everything on my own. I can do it on my own. I'm a healer. I can heal myself. I got this, you know. That's just not the case. Like, there's not one person here that, you know, where we haven't reached out for assistance or help, whether through, you know, our spirit guides in this way, or other spiritual guides on earth angels, etc., right? Other healers. But for some reason I want to say that. So Don't be prideful. Don't be prideful when, you know, you're feeling called, right? So someone needs to hear that for sure. Okay. The second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities. So this is a message that they're bringing through about what did I say earlier about like this second half of life? Like, it doesn't matter what your age is. You could be 40, you could be 30, you could be 60, you could be 70. All right. From this day forward, from this time forward, you're like, it's the return. It's the return to self. It's the return to self. It's the return to happiness and joy. Like, for who this is for many collectively, like, you've been going through a dark period, like, especially 2024, 25, like, it was very shadow years, right? You're the dragon, you're the snake. It was all about shedding the old and deep soulful realizations and life realizations and like choosing, you know, to end cycles and align with the soul path. And like, and now 2026, you're the horse, a number 1 year, like this beautiful fresh energy and very strong, resilient, fast forward energy. This is where you're at. So everything that you've been going through was, you know, obviously to get you here. So now you're here. Okay. And what Isis and Hathor are having you remember in this moment is now is the moment to really tune in with your spiritual side. So like, you know, as I work with my clients daily, like especially like in healing sessions or like shadow work sessions and things, like, you know, like when we're doing like a lot of like deep soulful healing and breakthrough energy stuff and reprogramming subconscious stuff and like, you know, a big thing is always like, you know, trusting in your gifts, believing in yourself, you know, being able to be high vibrational enough to be discerning enough to be like, okay, this I can do on my own, this I feel confident in, but this I definitely need assistance with, or this I need maybe some help with, you know. But I always ask people, like, you know, what does your happy look like? Like really, like, what is happy for you? What does your happy look like? Paint me a picture. Paint me a vision of what your happy looks like. You know? And when I ask my clients that, it's this really powerful moment. Usually there's a laugh or a giggle from them because they're like, holy shit, like, I don't know, Erica. I don't know. They're like, I mean, I do know. I'm like, there it is. Like, because most of us, right? I no longer do this. I try to be very intentional about it. But most people, even, it doesn't matter how high vibration or whatever, you are, you know, you can, I call it lazy manifesting or unintentional manifesting or autopilot manifestation, where you're just sending out like a very kind of weak signal to the universe of, you know, I want divine love. I want more money. I want, you know, to own my own business. I want to be my own boss. I want, you know, but it's very just like that, right? So when I ask my clients that, they're like, I mean, I do know. They're like, I do know, you know, yeah, like I want more success. I want to make more money. Like, you know, I want wealth. I want health. I want love. Like, I'm like, okay, so that's like your baseline, right? Like that's like your base. That's like your very like baseline, mundane, like everybody kind of wants those things. That's very basic. It's very basic. And that's what I mean. So for whatever reason in this moment, the goddesses, me, my higher self, like spirit, like your higher selves, as you are blossoming and blooming, because there's a very second bloom and the bloom. For some of you guys, the second bloom means you started awakening a long time ago, like over a decade ago, 30 years ago, you know, stuff like that. And this is really truly like a second bloom, meaning this is like the second biggest rebirth of your life, basically. Okay. So that's for my OGs out there who've been like on these journeys for a long time. Okay. Now the bloom is for the rest of you guys, where maybe you just started awakening in like 2020, 2022, 2023, like that, you know what I mean? Which is very accelerated also, by the way. So it's like the people that are awakening now, their awakenings are much faster and accelerated because of the awakenings and work that, you know, the like ones like us that we've done and gone through, you know, which is great. That's fantastic. It makes me so happy. But it's like, I feel like that's why, you know, they're really like, it's never too late. Like, you're right on time. Okay. But also it's like, for a lot of you guys, like, you thought, you know, maybe it's like an ego death. Like, maybe you thought like 2-3 years ago, like, oh, you know, everything's happening and you know, but like maybe you got hit again, like with the ego. And then it's like, but this really is your bloom. Like, this is the season. This is when it's happening, you know. It says your creations are realized. This is the right time. So divine timing, it's the right time. Now's the right time. 6 months ago, it was not the right time. A year ago, it was not the right time. 5 years ago, it was not the right time. It's not the right time when we want it to be, when our ego wants it to be, right? It says harvest and celebration. Now, you also have the return. And for a lot of you guys tuning in and who watch me, it's the return of a divine counterpart, for sure. It's the return of a divine counterpart. It's a divine union. That's also connects to this second bloom, second chance. It's never too late. Don't worry. Like, it's time to celebrate. Okay. But it also says a new story. So it's like literally you're blossoming and blooming into this new story, but it's about the story that you decide. You're the creator, you're the writer, you're the producer, you're the director, everything. You're the creator of your own story. It literally says a new story, you decide. It's up to you. Alignment, and then it says it's coming together. It's all coming together. Okay? So let me just end this now, you know, but like the message here, mi amores, is very, very, very clear from the goddesses, okay? Especially from like, okay, Isis is like, remember your high alchemy magic, meaning, okay, like just real fast, like we have the ability, okay, this is one that everyone, especially if you're here in the US, okay, so all my US people that, you know, you see this a lot, okay, the chemtrails, the jets flying and spraying all those chemicals on us, okay, mold, chemicals, everything, heavy metals, that's what it is, okay, like point blank period, that's what they're doing, that's what it is, right? So this is what Isis means by your high alchemy magic, just like, you know, Yeshua turning water into wine. Like we could like literally look at a solid piece of gold and through our intentions, we could melt it into liquid gold. Okay. That's alchemy, turning a solid into a liquid, you know, starting a fire with our mind, you know, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, you know, bending spoons, moving objects. Like this is the kind of stuff. This is also the kind of stuff that we are starting to hone in on and work in our Magdalene Isis mystery school that we do every Sunday. And we're enrolling right now for the month of January. So if you guys want to join for the next 4 weeks, please reach out. We would love to have you. Yesterday we tuned in. Yesterday we did a really powerful transmission. And then after the transmission, we actually tuned in and we were doing some telepathy exercises. But as we move into 2026, we're really going to like start hunkering down and honing in on our, like, this is the work that we did in our mystery schools in ancient Egypt, in you know, in Chem, in Samaria, in all over the place, all over the world. You know what I mean? Atlantis. So we would love to have you. It's 111. That's the price. 111. It's 111 for 4 weeks. So 4 Sundays of sacred circle of light gathering. And it's freaking awesome. So if you're like serious about like your priestess path and you want to connect with other high priests and priestesses, and you want to really like work your gifts, work your magic, like really become that like freaking powerhouse, like, then I highly suggest, okay, we are doing some hardcore training with our gifts, high level alchemy magic, SEX magic, tantra, all that. Okay, so I'm really excited. We are diving very deep into it this year. So, but January, we're kicking it off big time. So anyways, if you want to enroll, if you're interested in joining our Magdalene Isis Mystery School, I call it the Circle of Light. Please just reach out via email, gypsycowgirltarot@gmail.com. I'd love to sign up for the mystery school and we will get you signed up. And that's it. And then at the end of your 4 weeks or after your 4th week, if you want to join on for another 4 weeks, that's totally up to you. If not, that's cool too, right? Also, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, all of my info is in the description box, pricing, everything's there. By the way, before I forget, I did post earlier today. I felt called to do a little like New Year's flash sale, like kind of like thing with like some of my services. So from through the 29th through the 1st, you can book with me. So like my Akashic sessions, like my Akashic past life readings and healing sessions, those are typically only 1 hour. Like I only offer an hour session, and the price is $222. So right now you can get you can book a 30-minute Akashic session for $111. Or if you want to do the full hour, I'm offering a discount. So it's $180 instead of $222. Same with my beautiful quantum healing sessions that I offer. Again, those are always 1 hour at $222. And right now you can get the 1 hour for the price of $180. Or you can book a 30-minute healing session for $111, okay? I'm also offering the Q1, quarter 1 of 2026 recorded readings. So like if you want guidance, breakdown that's personal to you for January, February, March, April, it's the first quarter of 2026, I'm offering those as well. So you can just reach out, email me, and yeah, and we'll get you set up, you guys. So yeah, so that's the specials that I'm running. So I'm offering the Q1 reading, and then as far as the specials go, my Akashic readings, you can do an hour at $180 instead of $222, or you can book a 30-minute one. And all of my readings like that are done, either I could do a pre-recorded for you, even the healing sessions. In fact, sometimes it's better because people like, I can do the full healing where you can you tune in and you're there real time and you watch it. And you can rewatch as many times as you want, but it just, sometimes like when it's like that, people are more relaxed, and it's easier for me to work with their energy in that way. So anyways, yeah, so anyways, okay, so it's like for the next few days. So I posted it today on the 29th, so the 29th, 30th, 31st, and then the 1st, like the next 3-4 days, okay? All right, I think that's it, you guys. I'm sorry, but this is a business. So we have to talk business, okay? I am a business woman. I'm a business goddess. I am a business priestess, okay? All right? And that's another thing. Don't you ever let anyone ever make you feel bad or let people try to like talk shit or shame you for charging for your services, charging for your gifts, charging for your energy. Our energy, the only people that make comments like that ever are the ones that literally don't know anything about energy work or energy healing or anything. They just talk out their butt. They're just, they're just doing it to try to get a reaction out of you, But our energy, yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. And to be very honest with you, like I should be charging more for what I do, but I don't. For me personally, I just, I'm comfortable with what I charge and stuff. But, it takes a lot out of us. Well, it takes a lot out of me to do the work that I do. You know what I mean? So don't ever, because you guys that I'm talking to, you're stepping into your work. This is the year you step into your work. Not everyone, but for a lot of you. Okay? So what I want to end with, actually, let's end with a couple messages from goddesses. How about that? Let's do that. So yeah, so I'm excited to go back and re-listen to what Hathor was channeling. I really want to hear that again. So you guys, it is basically like Isis and Hathor. Okay, so very like a lot of your ancient Egypt past lives are coming through right now. A lot of Atlantis memories and codes and past life stuff is activating right now. I'm getting a lot with Hathor. It's, and Isis, it's definitely a lot of like ancient Egypt, Kemet, Sumeria, a lot of like, if they're connecting with you, if they're working with you and, you invite them in and you start like connecting with them and working with them, there's something very, very, especially for the women. For the women, there's something like both of them are coming through again right now, and they're like, this is so important. This is about your sacred sensuality, okay? Like, there's something about, it is more important now than ever for you to be living authentically, to really connect with your feminine energy, to really let that flow, to really like slow down. There's something for the women, especially for the men too, but for the women, this is who I'm talking to, and this is who Isis and Hathor are really, this is the goddess to the goddess right in this moment, but it's, they are saying slow down. The rose does not open in a hurry. The rose is not in a hurry to go. The rose takes its time and opens petal by petal by petal. There's something about slow down, because when you're more, that's feminine energy. Like masculine energy is very fast, very action, very like can't calm down, very go, go, go. Feminine energy is the opposite of that. It's very, very relaxed, very calm, very just like, I receive, I attract, you know, I'm not like, you know, it's also very sensual. There's something about the hips, moving the body, connecting through movement. This also is activating and uncoiling and opening up the Kundalini. Okay, so helping more of the Kundalini to open and rise. I'm sorry guys, I can't help but start like light language channeling with my hands and stuff. That's why I'm doing that. So I'm like, stop. I just can't help it. It's just, it just floods through me. So I'm actually seeing it, like what I'm being shown, you know, like through the hips, through the pelvic floor, a lot of stuck energy, a lot of blockages, a lot of tight tension, stiff. You may even have moments where like your knees buckle and give out, or your hip does that, it buckles and gives out of nowhere. Okay, there's something that you gotta move those hips, move those legs, move the body, twist the rib cage, like make sure you're moving daily. Also a big one that I've been connecting with my clients too, especially my women clients, my priestess clients. I'm like, be honest, you know, like each day, every day, how much time a day are you spending? You know, because when you're the priestess 24/7. You're not the priestess only sometimes at home or when you're like praying, you know, but when you're at work, you're not the priestess. You have to be like this 3D matrix person at work, because otherwise people are gonna, you know, shame you and you might lose your job and people are gonna think you're weird. Okay, if you're like part-time priestess, this is not for you right now. You still got work to do, which is fine. There's no judgment. Don't self-shame. That's fine. This is a journey. It's not a race. It's not, okay? But I ask my clients, like, honestly, like how long each day are you taking time to connect with your higher self, with your goddess friends, with your angels, with your spirit team, okay? Like, what is the time that you, okay, sorry guys, my video got cut off because my storage was full again, so I just had to go delete stuff. So anyways, I'm wrapping it up. The point, you guys got the point. It's basically like, we can't be like, it's you gotta, if you're gonna talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. You gotta walk the walk more than you talk the talk. This is about embodiment. This is about, like, for me, 24/7, everywhere I go, like, I don't dim myself. I don't pretend to be someone I'm not. I don't dim my priestess energy, my spiritual self. I, you know, it's just my frequency, my vibe, everything's, I can't, like, people feel it, right? And people can sense inauthenticity and like all that stuff, right? So it's like, you better be like just all in and really like see how much better life gets when you're just truly like letting yourself be seen, taking your power back, really showing up fully, you know, lit up. Like, okay, there's something powerful in that. The Black Madonna, Our Lady of Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. That's what you've done. That's what you've done. In hermit mode, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful Black Madonna, Lady of the Hermits. Yeah, for sure. Okay. There's also something about babies and children, fertility. Okay. Definitely something for sure. That keeps coming through. Spirit babies. You guys know I've been channeling that. I'm like 2026. 2026 is going to be a very fertile year. A lot of divine union babies being born, or like women getting pregnant. That's also another reason why Hathor and Isis are talking so much about, you know, moving energy. Like, it's like your body may have to be ready, like your hips, your pelvic floor, your womb, like it's like preparing you for maybe birth and having a baby or another child or whatever it is. But it's more than that. Look at that Isis. Like, you can't look. See, when they show up in messages, they show up in messages. There she is again. The goddess of magic. And then look at sexual energy is sacred. Look what in this deck, she's like your kundalini, your fire, your passion, your senses, your sexual energy. It's your magic. That's the high alchemy magic. That's what she's talking about. Reconnect to your body, reconnect to your sensuality, reconnect to your sexiness, right? Like, this is the moment where you embrace that sexiness. It's sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Your pleasure is bringing you back to life. What did Hathor say? She specifically was talking about the stuff that you're praying for, the healing, the all that. She's like, it lives within you. You dance, you move, and that sacredness, the sensual, sexual energy, it activates more, it opens more, it heals more. Your pleasure is literally what brings you back to life by channeling it and embodying it, right? And then bottom of the deck here is you have the Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. Yeah, allow your presence of divine feminine to shine through. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. It's about the divine feminine essence and light. I am that light. It's time to shine that light. It's time to walk that walk, talk that talk in the light. And then Lakshmi. Goddess Lakshmi, 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 the goddess of abundance. And that's exactly what they are bestowing upon you at this time. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. Exactly. See, everything starts from within. It's the inside. Wealth is an inside job. When I'm wealthy on the inside, I'm wealthy on the outside, right? Okay. All right, guys. So that's what I've got for you. I love you. Thank you, Hathor. Thank you, beloved Isis, for showing up, for all of your guidance, for mentoring everyone here. And remember, mi amores, if you want to work with them, all you got to do is ask, because they want to work with you. That's why they come through, to bring the message, and then also because they want to work with you. That's why. They're like, call on us, work with us, like, ask us, invite us in, like, we'll help you, you know, all the things, okay? I'm hearing someone say, I would love to be able to dance and move my hips, but this is like someone, I get it, because it's physical. Someone's like complaining about physical, like, oh, because I have a bad knee, or oh, I have a bad hip, or oh, I have, you know, my low back or back pain, so I can't do all those things. Like, okay, the goddesses are saying, invite us in, because that's another fear program. That's another, okay? You are a miraculous healer. They want to help you with that. And yes, you can do things. You can do things. I'm calling back. I'm reclaiming my power from the pain. I'm taking my pain, like this card says here, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity of love, or I turn it into a greater capacity of healing and physical health and wealth. 555. So on my timer, because I just had to start a new video, it was 555. So I'm going to go, because I know this video is long. But this was a really powerful message. So I hope that this is received with an open heart and love. That's definitely what they are hoping for. Happy New Year's, mi amores. And now I got to go record a love reading for you guys. So I love you. Mwah. Bye.